Ever heard this from your team, that task is a 5-pointer, but that one feels like an 8? Sounds confusing, right? Well, welcome to the fascinating world of story points in Agile, where we don't estimate in hours. We estimate in effort. And trust us, once you get this, it's going to completely change how you look at planning your sprints. So, if you've ever wondered, what are story points and how do I even start estimating them? Then stick around, because this video is going to make it super easy and clear. Let's start with the basics. What are story points? In Agile, story points are numbers that help us estimate how much effort a task or user story might take. But here's the twist, they don't represent hours or days. Instead, story points measure effort, complexity, and risk all rolled into one. Think of them like t-shirt sizes. You're not saying, this task will take 3 hours. You're saying, this task is a medium. That one? That's definitely an XL. Why is this better? Because every team works at a different pace. What takes one team 2 hours might take another 5. Story points focus on relative effort, which is much more useful. So, why go through all this effort of using story points? Let's break down some real benefits. First is better task breakdown. When you assign story points, you naturally look deeper into the task. If something feels too big, say, a 13-pointer, you know it needs to be broken down. Second is smarter sprint planning. Teams learn how much they can actually handle in a sprint. No more overcommitting. Third is spot challenges early. When estimating, you'll often uncover hidden risks. This means you can plan ahead and avoid nasty surprises mid-sprint. Fourth is tracking improvement over time. The more your team estimates, the better they get at it. Patterns start to emerge. You get faster, sharper, and more predictable. So, story points are not just numbers, they help the team build rhythm, confidence, and consistency. Now comes the big question. How do we estimate story points? Don't worry, we are going to make it super easy to understand. Let's walk through the steps. Step 1 is define your scale. You need a scale to work with. The most common one is the Fibonacci sequence, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on. Why Fibonacci? Because the gaps get bigger as tasks get more complex, and that's realistic. You can also use simple numbers like 1 to 10 if your team prefers that. The key is to keep it consistent. Step 2 is choose a reference task. Pick a task your team knows well. Something that's small or medium-sized and clear. Say, setting up a login page. You might assign that a 3. This becomes your baseline. Now every new task gets compared to this one. Step 3 is compare and estimate. Ask your team. Is this task bigger, smaller, or the same as the login page? If it's twice the effort, maybe it's an 8. If it's half the effort, maybe it's a 1. Keep it relative, not absolute. Step 4 is use consensus-based techniques. One of the most fun ways to estimate? Planning poker. Each team member picks a card with a number, story point value, and everyone reveals it at the same time. If everyone agrees, great. If not, discuss why. Maybe someone spotted a risk others didn't. This ensures everyone gets a say, developers, testers, designers, because every angle matters. Step 5 is reflect and adjust. After a few sprints, review your estimates. Were you too optimistic? Too conservative? Ask your team. Where did we go wrong? How can we be better next time? Because story point estimation is a skill, and like all skills, it improves with practice. Now let's talk about common pitfalls to avoid. Here are 3 things to avoid in story points. First is point inflation. Don't give a task more points than it deserves just to make it look bigger. Second is point obsession. Don't focus on hitting a story point target. The goal is to deliver value, not chase numbers. Third is solo estimation. Estimation is a team sport. Never let just one person decide. Stay grounded. Keep it collaborative. Now let's understand the story point with real-life example. Let's say you have 3 tasks. 1. Create login page. 2. Set up password reset. 3. Build user dashboard. Your team decides. 1. Login page equals 3 points, reference task. 2. Password reset is simpler equals 2 points. 3. User dashboard has lots of moving parts equals 8 points. This way, you're not thinking in hours, but in relative effort. Now, during sprint planning, you look at your velocity, say the team handles about 20 points per sprint and you pick the stories accordingly. Simple, clean, and effective. So, there you have it. Story points are not about time, they're about effort, complexity, and teamwork. They help Agile teams make smarter plans, work more efficiently, and deliver real value, sprint after sprint. If you found this helpful and want to dive deeper into Agile, Scrum, and estimation, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Got questions or examples from your own team? Drop them in the comments, we'd love to hear them.